just started bawling my eyes out. I just felt like this black cloud I had been carrying around for years. It was gone. I felt I could breathe again.
I was 17 years old and working at McDonald's, and my mom called me, and when she told me what happened, I was pretty shocked that my babysitter's boyfriend killed my dad. I don't remember him at all.
Zachary Bunny wasn't a suspect back in 2006, but when detectives re-interview witnesses, a friend of Darren Roth gives police a missing puzzle piece, a motive.
She told me Zach had told her he knew she was cheating on him. She told me she was cleaning Scott's house, and he told her to fall over there. And he said that he'd been stalking her, and he said he knew who the guy was she was cheating on with.
So he knew where he lived. That puts him right there at the crime scene and gives him the motive to want to do this.
I don't believe Zachary Bunny went to Scott Martinez's house with the intent to kill, but I do believe it's very likely that he went there to steal from him, or he went there with jealousy and anger to confront Scott Martinez, and the fight ensues and he kills Scott Martinez with that sword.
With a murder trial looming, Bunny's attorneys asked prosecutors for a plea deal.
My fear at trial is Zach Bunny is going to go into court and say, I was upset because Scott was involved with my girlfriend and I went to his house, we got into a fight, and I was defending myself. We also take into consideration what the victim's family wants as well.
It had been so long, and for mine and my sister's sake, I just wanted it to be over. I wanted to close that chapter of darkness and grieving.
On November 13th, 2019, Bunny pleads guilty to voluntary manslaughter. He is sentenced to 12 years in prison. During his sentencing, Bunny speaks directly to Scott's family.
I'm sorry for the pain that this has caused the Martinez family. I know that words cannot bring back a life, but I'm truly sorry.
I think Zachary Bunny apologized because he got caught. I wanted Zachary Bunny to acknowledge what he did and why. Look at me. Look at what you did to our family, to our dad. Show me that you have some remorse, that you feel guilty at all. But I got none of that from him.
Seeing Angie for the first time in 17 years and letting her meet my baby was amazing.
There you go. Look at Auntie Angie.
Make sure you keep the binky in her mouth because she will cry if you take it. My dad doesn't get to meet my baby, but I'm so glad that somebody from that side of my family gets to.
She's getting sleepy.
Yeah.
I know he's seen what Jesse and I are doing with our lives and how far we've come and how close of a bond we still have.
Crazy how much she likes you just first thing.
Yeah, it's like she knew I was your sister.
I definitely think he would be proud too, to see what both of us have done with our lives, especially to have a little grandbaby.
He would have been a great grandpa.
I didn't just lose him, I lost everything I could have had with him.
I miss my dad every day. All day, every day.
Some things change, and some things don't. Like the great coverage and dependability of a Premera Blue Cross health plan. In fact, covering school employees for over 60 years. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Shauna and I were very close. She was my sister.
When I woke up that next morning, Shauna wasn't there. The police told me they discovered a body.
I see bruises all over arms and legs. This is not natural. This is homicide.
As soon as I saw the blood and the hair, I just thought, oh man, the suspect's here.
We have a search warrant to collect DNA from him.
I was afraid that they might convict me of this. I was scared for my life.
Take care of your siblings. But there's some things in this world you just can't get back.
State 1, Martin.
Give you these, sir.
This is the first time I've ever seen these photos. You could just tell by looking at her that she had a good outlook on life. She's always smiling. She was happy. And so was I. She had a very beautiful laugh. That's what I missed about her the most. Shauna, she was the love of my life.
It's a warm and sunny day in rural Washington state when a panicked park goer calls police.
I was told that a group of Boy Scouts in a canoe trip had come upon the body of this young woman that was kind of washed up on a sandbar in the middle of the river. They picked her up, put her into the canoe and brought her over to shore, but they didn't want to risk the water being able to wash her down the river. One of the scoutmasters was a doctor. He realized that there was something absolutely wrong here. This is a young woman who had nothing but a bra on that was pushed up around her shoulders, laying face down in the water. I run out to the scene. It was bright, sunny. It was early afternoon, 3:30, 3:40. It was a beautiful day. When we got there, the canoe was lifted up out of the water and they put a covering over her. The first thing you want to try to do is figure out who this was. And at that point, there's nothing on her that is going to be able to identify her. I did not think she had been dead very long. I've seen a lot of bodies. Generally, water changes things pretty fast, and she didn't appear to be changing that quickly. So that made me think that she'd not been in the water very long. She'd been battered around, and especially on her forehead, the open fracture, kind of an oblong, odd shape. I remember thinking, what type of object could it have been that created that? This is not natural. This is homicide.
As sisters, Shauna and I were very close, 18 months apart. But my relationship with Shauna was mother-daughter. I had to be the parent because our parents weren't in our lives for a very long time. very good cook. Even at 7, she did the biscuits and gravy. Shauna made gravy that would make her feet fall off. It was that good. Shauna was bubbly. She wasn't a cheerleader, but she definitely loved to do their hair and their makeup for Friday Night Lights. Shauna had the makeup down. She could take things from your kitchen and make you look beautiful. That's just how she was.
I met Shauna around 1992 at a party. Me and Shauna was drawn to each other just instantly. I asked Shauna for a date and she agreed, and we went on a few dates. She was real funny. I'd do a little odd jobs. She'd work at some fast food restaurants. She used to sneak me out some fries and some milkshakes. We just loved being around each other. We made each other laugh. She was just real fun to be around. In 1993, Shauna and I left Arkansas, headed to Washington State. When I was younger, my family, we used to work at farms up in Washington, picking cherries and apples. So I knew the work was there, and I was having some trouble